Hi guys, my name is Matthew, and this is going to be a class inspired by birds. So the Hatha yoga practices have quite a few different poses that are named after birds. So we'll go ahead and warm up and prepare ourselves for some of these quite challenging poses. So lay down on your back, have a belt and a block within reach. So lay flat for just a couple breaths here, few breaths. Let the back of the body rest into the floor and just get a little more supported for a moment here. All right, great. Go ahead and draw your legs together. Right knee into chest, put the strap around your right foot, or just grab your big toe and straighten your right leg. Supta Padangusthasana with a couple variations. Now press out through the bottoms of your feet, activate your legs. Progressively let the breath get a little bit deeper and longer. We're going to explore quite a few different shapes that are inspired by birds, and we're gonna let's say warm the body fairly systematically for them. Another inhale here. Take your right leg to the right on the exhale. And just to that point where the left side of the body distorts a little bit, meaning once you feel the left side of your waist lift up, left thighs start to lift up, pause there, stabilize, push the left hip in and down, and then turn your abdomen a little bit to your left. Keep firm in the right butt cheek up away from the floor as you reach through the right heel. Up to vertical on an inhale. Switch the grip on your foot or strap and then move your right foot to the left a little bit. Now move the right foot to the left just until you feel the lower right back and pelvis start to raise off the floor a bit, and then just stop. And then once you get there, put your right thumb into your right hip and then push on it. Go ahead and push it away from the abdomen. So outer right hip, drawing down towards the floor and away from the right shoulder. But then right heel, just keep reaching up through it. So nice outer leg stretch or IT band stretch, as well as back of some hamstring stretching still. All right, back through center, release, switch sides. All right, just a few breaths with the legs vertical. Progressively, just keep pulling more and more of your legs online, meaning strengthen the legs, stretch them. As well, breath getting a little bit deeper and mind a little more involved with what you're doing. Your next out breath, take your left leg out to the left. Just to that point where the body you feel the rest of the body want to move in that direction, and then stabilize. Actually try to make it more of an action that happens at your left hip and not so much the rest of the body. So sometimes we will asked to integrate pieces of ourselves in the practice, but also at times a separation is part of the practice. So stabilize the right hip, root the right thigh down, right ribs down. As you just firm your outer left hip and take your left leg to the left. All right, leg up to vertical. Switch the grip on the foot or the strap, and then left foot, cross it across your body. Once you get it over there, grab onto that left hip, push it away from the abdomen, and reach up through your left heel. Yeah, breath, let it get a little bit deeper there. All right, go ahead and come back through center and release it out. Put the strap off to the side, grab your block, bend your knees. And place that block in between your thighs, narrow, on the narrowest setting, running lengthwise or parallel with your thighs. Great, squeeze the block, and then lift the feet. Go ahead and lift the head and upper back, and then reach forward. So do squeeze onto that block, hug your thighs in. Same time, pull the block down towards the floor, and then reach through the hands. One more in-breath. Lower all the way down. Just a breath or two. We're going to repeat that shape. Great. Squeeze your block. Same thing again. Float your feet. Then head and upper back off the floor. Round your spine. Reach towards the front of your mat. Keep squeezing the block. Keep hugging it down towards the pelvis. Even pull the knees in towards the chest a little bit so you're rounding your back more. Another in-breath. All the way down. Nice deep full breath. All right, turn the block about 90 degrees or a 90-degree turn. Squeeze the block, lift the feet, head and upper back off the floor. Now twist. Go ahead and bring your left arm outside your right thigh. Reach your arms out. Keep squeezing the block. Keep squeezing the knees up. Lift the chest. Come back through center. Release it down. One or two deeper breaths. All right, good fun. Let's do the other side. Squeeze your block, float the feet, lift the head and upper back. Twisting to your left. Right arm outside the knee. Reach the arms out. Come back and lower. I can't talk too well in that pose. Good times. That means we should do it again. Squeeze the block, lift the feet, head and upper back up. Twist to your right, reach through the hands. More or less like a Parshva bakasana on your back, a very modified shape of it. Center and release. Parshva bakasana being the revolved version of a crow or crane pose. All right, last one. Squeeze the block, lift up. Twist to your left. Keep hugging your block. Lift the chest. Reach to the arms. And release it. All right, pretty effective at warming up. Downward facing dog. All right, now once you get in down dog, you can take some real deep breaths there. So start to get the breath just a touch deeper. Ujjayi pranayama. All right, another in breath here. Another out breath here. Another in breath here. Another out breath here. And then pull forward to plank on the inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Again, plank pose, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Do one more of those. Plank on the inhale, even roll yourself into it. Down dog, exhale. Stay for the inhale. Step the right foot between the hands, lower your back knee. Bring your hands to your front thigh, torso up. Stay for the exhale. Now swing the right elbow on top of left elbow for a Garudasana arms position. And then move the elbows a little bit up. And then lower the elbows slightly round the spine. Just a couple breaths here. Should feel as if the shoulder blades are widening apart, so away from each other. So dig down through that front heel, back knee, find a little bit of lift in the pose. One more in breath. Then downward facing dog. Rock forward to plank. Pull back to down dog. Two more. Rock it forward or roll forward. Downward facing dog. One more. Plank. Downward dog. One inhale. Left foot forward, back knee floor. Bring the torso up. And then pause for the exhale. Now swing the left elbow on top of right for the Garudasana or eagle shape. And then move the elbows a little bit up. And then lower the elbows as you round the upper back a bit. Keep digging through the left heel so you have some lift there. Press down through the back knee, lift there. But then just a few deeper breaths into the upper back rib cage. All right, one more in breath. Down dog on the out breath. Pull forward to plank, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Two more. Plank pose on the inhale. Down dog, exhale. One more. Plank. Downward facing dog. Stay right here. Walk to the top edge of your mat. Come part way up. Forward fold. Stand up and reach up. Hands together in front of chest. Raise the arms, inhale. Fold forward, exhale. Halfway up, inhale. Right foot back, low lunge, exhale. Take the arms up, inhale. Plank pose, exhale, high push-up. Inhale here. Lower all the way down, exhale. Locust pose, reach back, lift the arms, the legs. Stay for the exhale. Another inhale. Another exhale. One more inhale. Lower down, exhale. Plank pose, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Deep full breathing here. So a couple settling breaths. One more inhale. Right foot forward, low lunge. Raise your arms, inhale. Step forward, fold, exhale. Lift part way up, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. All the way up, inhale, reach up. Hands in front of chest, exhale. Again, arms up overhead. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Left foot back, low lunge. Raise your arms. Plank pose, exhale. Pause for the inhale. All the way to your chest, so lower through chaturanga. Locust pose again, lift up. Interlace the fingers behind the back this time. Lift the legs, lift the chest. Stay for the out breath, squeeze the thighs together. Another in breath. Lower all the way down. Cobra pose, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Now a deep swell of breath will come in. Nice smooth exhale. One more inhale. Then step the left foot forward for a low lunge. Arms up overhead. Standing forward bend, top edge of mat. Part way up, inhale. Fold forward, exhale. Stand up and reach up. Palms together in front of chest. Again, raise the arms, look up. Fold, exhale. Half lift, try to back bend. Right foot back, low lunge. Arms up. Plank pose. Inhale here. Lower halfway down. Hold the pose, inhale. All the way down, exhale. Locust pose again. Reach back, interlace, and lift. So do draw the legs together for this one. Raise your thighs. Lift the wrists. One more in breath. Lower down, set up cobra. Cobra, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Deep settling breath. Then one more in breath. Right foot between your hands, left knee floor. Arms up. Step forward and fold again. Halfway up. Forward fold. Stand up, reach up. Hands in front of chest. Arms up. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Left foot back, low lunge. Arms up, inhale. Plank, exhale. Inhale. Halfway down, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale. All the way down. Locust, reach back, interlace, lift up. One more in breath. Set up cobra. Cobra. Down dog. Deep full breath. One more in breath. Left foot forward, low lunge. Raise your arms. Step forward, fold. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Stand up, reach up. Hands in front of chest. Starting the same, arms up, inhale. Fold, exhale. Half lift, inhale. Low push up or your chest. Up dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. All right, so a little bit of rhythm has been established for your breath. We're gonna go ahead and put in some, let's say midsection, some more midsection strengthening. And do your best to keep your breath on track. So look forward. Clear all your breath, hop through to a seat, come into boat, Navasana. So lean back, raise your arms up, or legs up, arms up. Squeeze the thighs together like you had a block there. The hands a little bit lower than the shoulders so your back is rounding just a touch more. One more in breath. Low push up or down dog. Your up dog on the inhale. Down dog, exhale. And then you just let the breaths just fall back on track. All right, gaze forward. Jump to standing. Halfway lift. Forward fold. All the way up. Stretch the arms. Hands together in front of chest. Do it again. Arms up, inhale. Fold, exhale. Halfway lift. Low push up. Upward dog. Downward facing dog. All right, 2 settling breaths. Next time we'll do the, you'll jump through to seated and straight into boat. So look forward, clear all the breath, hop to a seat. Raise the legs, raise the arms. Navasana shape. One more in breath. Chaturanga, low push up. Up dog. Downward facing dog. And then just letting the breath fall back on track. One more. Gaze forward. Jump to standing. Halfway up. Forward fold. Stand all the way up. Reach up. Hands in front of chest. Arms up, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Half lift, inhale. Low push up, exhale. Up dog, inhale. Down dog, exhale. 2 steady breaths. Then gaze forward on the in-breath. Hop to seat, Navasana. Legs up, arms up. Staying for the exhale. Squeeze the thighs, raise the chest. Steady the gaze, the breathing. Another in-breath. Cross the shins, low push-up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. And then just let the breath settle back in. One more. All right, look forward. This time jump to a standing forward bend. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Stand up, reach up. Hands in front of chest. One more, arms up. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. 2 breaths here. One more. Look forward for the in-breath. Jump through to a seat, boat pose. Legs up, arms up. Visit half boat, lower halfway down. Next exhale, boat. Inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Up dog, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Deep breathing. One more. Look forward. Clear it, jump to a standing forward bend. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Stand up, reach up. Hands in front of chest. Arms up, inhale. Fold, exhale. Half lift. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Now we'll go ahead and start layering in some standing poses here. But just park it in down dog, let the breath be steady, consistent. Take one more in-breath. Then right foot between your hands, back heel flat. Warrior 2. Now lengthen out the stance so you can lunge pretty low into that front hip. Keep working through the back heel, push through it, and even though you're not going to lift the foot, act as if you could. Same thing with the front foot, act as if you could just lift them up. Two more breaths. One more. Low push up. Up dog. Down dog. Deep in breath. Left foot forward. Warrior 2. Lengthen your stance. Keep working through that back heel, so really seal it down. Even act as if you could lift it up. Then the front foot, keep sneaking it away from the back foot so you can lunge lower. Act as if you could lift that up as well. Set the gaze, set the tone of the breath. Two more. One more in breath. Low push up, exhale. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Full breaths here. Gaze forward. Clear it all out, jump to the top. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Stand up, reach up. Hands in front of chest. Start again, arms up. Fold forward, exhale. Half lift, inhale. Low push up, exhale. Up dog, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Lift your right leg. Stack the hips, bend the knee. Now keep firm in the left buttock underneath you. Move your right knee back. Even turn a little bit to your right. Another in-breath. Right foot between the hands, warrior two. Inhale up. Exhale, left hand around the back, grab the right hip. Reverse warrior with the half bind. And then side angle, but hand inside a foot. So move the shoulders back, rotate the chest up. Keep digging down through that back heel and even act as if you could lift that foot off the floor. And then keep moving that right hip towards your back foot, sideways longer. One more in-breath. Release the bind, low push up or down dog. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Full breath. Raise your left leg. Stack the hips, bend the knee. Rotate to the left. Firm the right butt cheek underneath you. Move your left knee back. One more in-breath. Foot between hands, warrior two setup. All the way up. Half bind, right arm around the back. Reverse warrior. And then side angle shape with the half bind. If it's too much to do the half bind, just put your hand on your top hip and then work the shoulders back. But dig through that back heel, stretch the leg, turn up. Turn your chest up to be more accurate. One more inhale. Low push up or downward facing dog. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Again, inhale. Exhale. Look forward. Keep the hips high, jump to the top. Halfway up. Forward fold. Stand up, reach up. Hands in front of chest. Arms up overhead. Fold, exhale. Half lift, inhale. Low push up, exhale. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Raise your right leg. Stack the hips, bend the knee. Full deep breath. Right foot between the hands. Warrior two. Half bind. Reverse your warrior. Side angle variation, hand inside foot. Full breath. Exhale here. Stand up, warrior two. Straighten the leg, triangle with your half bind. So a few cycles of breath here. But similar to what you did in a side angle, roll the shoulders back. Roll the chest up, and with that right or left hand, move the right hip towards the left foot. Swing the left arm up. Low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Couple settling breaths. One more. Raise your left leg. Stack the hips, bend the knee. One in breath. Foot between hands, warrior two setup. Warrior two. Half bind. Reverse your warrior. Side angle shape. Inhale. Exhale. Warrior two, straighten your leg. Triangle with the half bind or modification of it. Roll your shoulders back, turn your chest up. Raise your right arm. Low push up. Upward dog. Downward facing dog. Deep breathing. Look forward. Clear it, jump to the top. Half lift. Forward fold. Stand up, arms up. Hands in front of chest. Again, arms up. Fold forward. Halfway lift. Low push up. Upward dog. Downward facing dog. Now pause for a moment, get the breath back on track if you lost it. But feet a little bit closer together, raise the right leg on the inhale. Stack the hips, don't bend the knee this time. So pull that outer left hip underneath you, firm the right hip and stretch through the heel. Right foot between the hands, warrior two. Now I'm gonna have to scoot a little bit, but go ahead and straighten your right leg, come in a triangle pose. Inhaling here. Half moon, shorten your stance, left leg off floor, left arm up. Now you could stay right here or bend that top knee for a kapotasana variation. Grab the ankle or foot, kick back, now back bend. Release the top leg. Pause for an in-breath. Bring that left hand all the way down into a standing splits. Now square the hips up, scoot that right foot back a little bit and flatten your palms. Now, don't even think about handstand as being the goal. Hopping is the goal. So flatten the palms, and then with an exhale, go ahead and swing up. Inhale down, the exhale up. Inhale down, exhale hop. Inhale down, exhale hop. Inhale down, one more, exhale. This time, chaturanga on your exhale. Up dog, downward facing dog. Another full cycle of breath. Raise your left leg. Stack the hips, don't bend the knee. Just keep firming that right hip underneath you. Get that reach through the left heel. Left foot between the hands. Warrior two. Straighten your left leg. Triangle shape. Pause for the inhale. Half moon shape, shorten your stance. Launch up and balance. Now stay there if you got to, or chapasana. If you did it on the other side, do it on this side. Grab the inner or outer foot or ankle and then kick back. Even here, both shoulder blades back, so it's opening your chest. Release the foot. Standing splits. All right, flatten the palms. Another round of the handstand hoppings. So move that left foot a little bit back, and with an exhale, hop. With the inhale, come down. Exhale, hop up. Inhale, down. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Again. Exhale up. This time, chaturanga, exhale. Up dog. Down dog. Settling breaths. Look forward. Clear it out, top of mat. Half lift. Forward fold. Stand up, arms up. Hands in front of chest, release the arms. All right, standing straddle fold. So turn to the right, take your legs very wide. Grab your hips, raise your chest up. Fold on an exhale, hands to floor. Lift part way up, lengthen your spine. And then exhale, round your spine. So head to floor if you can. And even for today's purpose, walk your hands even farther back. And if you can get more of your torso in between your legs, go in that direction. But push down through the bottom of your feet evenly. Firm and lift your thighs. Lift your pelvis. All right, come part way up. Hands to hips, all the way up. Now warrior two to the right. So turn the right foot out 90, bend the right knee, lunge into the hips. Side angle once again, hand inside a foot, top arm over ear. Now you could stick with that half bind business we did earlier, or go ahead and sneak into a more of a full bind. So right arm underneath the thigh, grab hands behind your back. Now bottom hand, grab the top wrist or hand, and then work the arms straighter. All right, release the bind and stand up. Parallel the feet, set up warrior two for the other side, and then with an exhale, go for it. Side angle. With the option for half or full binding to happen. Now one side might be different than the other, that's completely normal. So modify accordingly from side to side. But once you get into your full bind, work the arms a bit straighter. So like you're reaching your hands back as if you were in locust pose. All right, stand up. Parallel the feet, hop the feet together. Or step. All right, take the arms wide, step or jump feet wide again. Set up for warrior two to the right. Come into it on an exhale. Side angle. Bind yourself up again. Work the arms straighter, turn your chest up to some degree. And now, if you need to release the bind, do so. Otherwise, work your right leg straighter. So more of a Baddha Trikonasana or bound triangle. Keep scooping that right hip underneath you. Turn your chest up, reach through your hands, your arms. All right, release the bind, take the arms up, and then stand. Sit up for warrior two to the left, and then go for it. Come on into it. Side angle pose, bind yourself up. And then triangle pose with the bind. Work your left leg straighter. Now don't crank away at it too much, but do roll the chest up to some degree. Can definitely be overdone, that's for sure. Triangle. So spread the arms, stand up, parallel the feet, step or hop feet together. Feet hip distance apart. Padangustasana, grab the hips, raise the chest. Fold forward, grab the big toes. Lift part way up and lengthen. Forward fold. Firm your thighs, lift the hips. And without the feet moving, act as if you're dragging the feet away from each other. Just so you have this feeling as if the outer hips, the outer thighs are engaging. Now, put the left hand on your left hip. Bend your left knee. Center your torso over the left foot and stand up. Still holding the right big toe. Take that right leg or right shin parallel to floor. Done. Or straighten your right leg for Utthita Hasta Padangustasana variation. Left hip, pack it in. Right hip, pack it in, and a little bit down. One more in-breath. Return to Padangustasana. So all the way back down, descend. Grab your big toes halfway up. And then forward fold again. Put your right hand on your hip, bend your right knee for the other side. Go ahead and center the weight over the right foot. Start to stand up on an inhale. Take that left shin parallel to the floor, out to the side. Done, or go ahead and work your left leg straighter, or all the way straight. For one more breath. Return, Padangustasana, slowly descend. Grab your big toes, and then fold. Go ahead and release the big toes. Just take a couple resting breaths there. All right, then grab the hips, look forward, and stand. All right, the next one, with all the stuff that we've already done, next logical pose would be Birds of Paradise or Svarga Dvijasana. If that's a little bit far out of reach for you, repeat what we just did. Grab the big toe, stand up, take the leg out to the side, and then go back down. All right, I'll talk you through it. Fold forward. Take your feet just a touch wider than the hips. Bend your knees. Put your right shoulder behind the right knee. Bind. Take the left arm back, right arm back, clasp hands, or grab a wrist. Now stand. Stand as best you can. And then that could be it. Or roll the shoulders back, reach through the arms, and then straighten your right leg to some degree. Holding. Return where you started. Slowly. Come all the way down, right foot down, release your bind, and rest. So resting in the standing forward bend. And then let's do the other side. Bend your knees, lift your left heel, sneak your left shoulder behind the knee, bind. All right. Go ahead and center your weight over your right foot, stand. That could be it, done. Or Go ahead and work your left leg straighter, or all the way straight if you can. Right hip needs to firm in, left hip needs to move down. Then go ahead and stretch your side waist up. One more inhale. Return to where you started. Exhale. Release the bind. Halfway up and then fold. All right, stand up, reach up. Release the arms. Top edge of mat. Facing forward, Tadasana. Arms up, inhale. Fold forward, exhale. Half lift, inhale. Low push up, exhale. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Couple settling breaths there. So that's bird pose number 1. Rock forward to plank. Come down to your forearms. So forearm plank. Lengthen the stance to whatever degree you need to so you can get your hips in between shoulders, heels. But then dig through the floor, strengthen your forearm plank pose. So course at the waist, keep pulling the ribs in. Lengthen through the tailbone, pull the lower belly in. Push down through the elbows and actually move the upper back towards the roof. One more in breath. Dolphin, walk the feet in. It's known as dolphin, but also could be referred to as Ardha Pincha Mayurasana, or half tail of the peacock, or feather of the peacock. So push the wrist down and forward, raise the side waist up. Now go back to forearm plank, walk the feet out. So a few more rounds of breath here. Go ahead and step the feet all the way together though. And then push through the heels, squeeze the thighs in, sort of like we did in locust pose earlier. Squeeze like you had a block in between your thighs, lift the lower belly. Corset the ribs in towards each other and push through the elbows. One more inhale. Dolphin, walk the feet in, raise the hips. All right, walk the feet out. Sit back in child's pose or on your heels. Resting a few breaths. All right. Next one, if you need to use the wall, feel free to go over the wall and use it. It'll be pincha mayurasana, which is also referred to as the forearm stand. So take the short edge of your mat over to a wall if you need. And then let's come back onto your forearms and set up for that dolphin shape again. All right, dolphin on an exhale. Walk yourself in and then lift the leg up. And then go for it. Hop on up. Balance on your forearms and forearm stand if you can. Put the feet against the wall if you need to. Come down when you need, rest. So resting in child's pose or rest on your heels, a Vajrasana variation, but rest, slow the breath. All right, great. Let's do it again. So pincha mayurasana, set up again. Preferably kick up with the opposite leg than you did last time. So the awkward leg. Come into dolphin. Walk in, lift the other leg up, and then kick up. All right, come down when you need and rest. Okay, sit up. Take your legs out in front of you. So starting in a staff position, or Downard. And we'll do Ardha Matsyendrasana variations. So half Lord of the Fish is pose. Bend the knees, left heel, outside right butt cheek, right foot over left knee. Right hand behind you, raise your left arm, and then twist. Put your left armpit outside the knee, and lift and turn. Right sitting bone, we'll try to get a little bit lighter, but descend it, get it closer to the floor. In fact, act as if you're pushing it towards your right heel a little bit. All right, unturn the pose, straighten the legs. Pause for the in-breath, and then go ahead and switch the crossing of the legs. So that's going to be right heel outside left hip, left foot over knee, left hand behind you. Raise your right arm up on an in-breath, and then with an out-breath, fold, armpit outside of knee. Lift the chest and turn. Turn the pose. Straighten the legs out in front of you. And then come on into a shape called Virasana, so hero's pose. Basically, come to your knees. Take your feet a little bit wider than the hips. Sit in between the heels. Personally, my bum doesn't like to go all the way down to the floor. And it's actually not my bum, it's my knees. My knees don't like me to go hips to floor. So if that's the case, sit up on something. Sit up on a block. Sit up on some blankets or books, whatever you have. All right. And then grab the heels. And then we'll do an Adho Mukha Virasana, so downward facing Virasana. Keep the hips on whatever you're sitting or whatever they are on. And then grab the heels. Place the head down to the floor. So now descend the hips down, descend the front of the hips down. All right, lift up, so sit up. Go ahead and take the legs out in front of you again. So Dandasana, again, staff pose. All right, now from staff pose, go into an Ardha Virasana. So take your left heel all the way back to its hip. And if your pelvis is very much tilted to the right, sit up on something. Put something underneath the right hip. So I'll put the block underneath mine. Pose called Triangamukha Ekapada Paschimottanasana. I know. Arms up. Fold forward. Grab the foot. Now forehead to shin, nose to shin, lips or chin to shin. If you can go ahead and clasp a wrist past the foot, do so. All right, sit up. Left leg out. Dandasana. Right heel back. The half Virasana position. Modify as needed. For Triangamukha Ekapada Paschimottanasana. Arms up, inhale. Fold forward, exhale. Then deepen the clasp if possible by grabbing the wrist, put it on the arch of the foot, and then chin to shin. All the way up, inhale. Dandasana. All right, sit up in Virasana again. So using whatever props you need. All right, get the heels really snug in towards the outer hips. Root the sitting bones down. Take that right foot out of Virasana, foot on floor. Now, go ahead and grab the foot, pick the shin up about parallel-ish to floor. Grab the foot with both hands, actually. Adjust the sitting bones accordingly. Now pull with the hand, lift the chest, and then work your right leg straighter. If you can get it all the way straight, get it all the way straight. Now put your forehead to the shin, nose, lips, or chin to the shin. And those of you that actually are a little more flexible, bend the knee again. Go ahead and grab your forearm past the foot, and then do the same thing. Straighten the leg, and then try to get your chin to the shin. Keep lifting the chest up. Try not to fall back too much. Virasana. Take a breath here. The pose is called krounchasana. Doesn't make an appearance too often in classes, but it's called a heron pose. Left foot out, grab the foot, pull the shin parallel to floor. Now, I'm not going to talk you into it like I did last time. If you know you're a little more flexible, just grab your forearm past the foot and then do the pose. Otherwise, straighten your leg, pull with your hands, lift the chest, and then if you can get the chin, lips, any of that to the shin, go for it. Release, exhale. Virasana, just square it up. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Look forward. Clear the breath, jump to the top or step to the top. Halfway up, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Stand up, inhale, reach up. Hands in front of chest, exhale. One full breath. Again, arms up. Fold forward. Halfway lift. Low push up. Upward dog. Downward facing dog. Take your gaze forward. Hop to a standing position, top edge of mat. Lift part way up. Fold and squat into malasana. So take the knees wide, fold yourself inside the thighs. If your heels need to separate or come up, let them do it. We're not going to be here too long. From malasana, garland pose, to bakasana, crane or crow pose. Arms down the shins, flatten the palms, look forward. With the exhale, go ahead and rock yourself onto your arms and balance. Keep pushing through the hands, squeeze the heels towards the hips. Next exhale, low push up. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Another breath here. All right, come down to your belly. So plank down to your belly. Take a few breaths resting on your belly. All right, so we did Vinyasa, which actually translates to twice born in heaven. And the idea being that reptiles and birds are one of the twice born things on this earth. Slide up to the forearms in a sphinx pose, as well as Brahmins. Now, sphinx pose to Ardha bakasana, half frog pose. Bend your right knee, grab the foot, heel towards hip. So you already did virasana seated, essentially the same shape in your bent leg there. So what I was saying, we did Vinyasa, twice born in heaven, or birds of paradise. We did krounchasana, the heron pose. We also did pincha mayurasana, which is the peacock feather, so referencing a peacock. And we did bakasana. Release. Other side. Bend the knee, grab the foot or ankle, close your knee joint best you can. And release. Go ahead and come all the way down and rest. Okay, bow pose, Downard. Bend your knees, grab the ankles or feet, and then kick up. Go ahead and point the feet for today. Keep drawing the knees in towards each other. Pull with the hands, and then soften the upper back in. Lift up through the crown of the head. Release. Rest. Repeat. Downard. Bend your knees. Grab. Point the feet, lift up. Those of you that are a little more flexible, reach down the shins a little bit more. Release. Rest. Come to your knees. Set up for camel or ustrasana. So hands on hips, push your shins down, lift the chest, coil back, back bend. Bring your hands down if you can to your heels, your feet. Sit up, sit back on the heels and rest. Again, ustrasana, come up. Grip your hips. Firm your legs, lift your chest, back bend. Use your hands on something to push. Push down, raise the sternum. Sit up. Rest on the heels. All right. Admittedly, the next one that I'm about to offer up it can be quite far out of people's range. We'll go into Virasana. So let's do that. Sit in Virasana. And then we'll go into Supta Virasana, reclined heroes. So sit in between the heels, adjust everything accordingly, and then recline. Now this could be plenty. This could be where you need to stay. And if you're already comfortably down there, reach the arms overhead and grab your elbows. Now the next one is called kapotasana, which is actually quite a back bend. It's fairly deep of a back bend. So if along the way, if you gotta stop, stop. Kapota could be referred to as a pigeon, so a puffer pigeon. Switch the clasp of your elbows. All right, just getting settled in for a couple more breaths here. All right, now place your hands like you would if you're going to push up into Urdhva Dhanurasana or wheel. And then like you would for Urdhva Dhanurasana, push up. Now put the head down, walk the hands in, and then do it again. Push up, back bend, more. Put the head down. See if you can grab your feet. And then back bend again. See if you can rest your forearms or elbows on the floor. Push back up. Supta Virasana. Sit up. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Now I almost feel like I need to do that again. As one just doesn't seem like enough for me. But we'll skip it, save it for another day. Pigeon pose, right side. All right, move the back knee back, hips down, fold forward. So just to reiterate, birds of paradise, pincha mayurasana, heron pose, krounchasana, crow pose or crane pose, bakasana, and then kapotasana, pigeon pose. And then this one's referred to as pigeon pose, but it's actually ekapata meaning one. One foot or one leg, ekapata raja kapotasana. So one leg king pigeon pose. It's a variation. There's many variations of this pose. All right, sit all the way up. Shift onto your right hip, swing your left leg around in front of you. Left shin on top of right shin, double pigeon, or also known as Agni Stambhasana, so the fire log pose, fold forward. Put your head on something if you can. Lift your torso. Other side of pigeon, or one-legged king pigeon variation. So left shin will stay forward, right leg back, or step back to down dog and set it up if you're a little more comfortable doing it that way. But once you get all set up, go into your forward bend again. Yeah, and this shape just start to become softer. The other shapes we were working on for the majority of practice, they ask much of you. They're not the most easy shapes to perform. This one, at this point in practice, we're just using it. It's more of a passive, quieting kind of pose. Do let your bones get heavy, the flesh and skin get heavier. Let the mind just settle a little bit, and let your breath just slow down. There's I know for me myself as well, and a lot of Vinyasa practitioners, there's a tendency to just want to do things. Tendency to just always want to do something, which isn't bad, but it's also another way of just keeping us busy. Torso up. Lean on the left hip, swing the right shin around on top of left shin, stack shins. Not able to do it, just shin in front of shin, and then fold forward. Get your head to something. And some of us have a tendency to, let's say, just try harder. You know, if something isn't really working out, sometimes we just have a tendency to just kind of push a little bit more, try a little bit harder, and just grind right through it. And sometimes that works. Sometimes you don't get the results you're looking for. So learning the skill of not pushing is valuable, or can be valuable in situations. And knowing when to do that and when not to do that. Okay, sit up, inhale. Take your legs out of that position and just lay down on your back. All right, once you get in there, just knees in the chest briefly. Knees wide though, like your knees wide, like a happy baby wide. All right, rest. So sit up for Shavasana. All right, hope you enjoyed the practice. I know I had fun. I hope you did too. Thanks for watching, guys. Namaste.